grownfolksmusic.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another GFM Spotlight interview, and we are so excited today to be talking to Justin-Lee Schultz. And if you have not heard, oh man, you are in for a treat. Got the debut album coming out in November, Gruv Kid, and let me tell you something. Justin-Lee doesn't know this, but I've been checking him out. Oh gosh, I think when you started, maybe a couple of years back on Facebook, you would post videos of oh man. And I was like, who is this kid playing all this keyboard?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. And you've moved on to guitar and bass, and of course, all the wonderful work you do with Talkbox. So, when I do these conversations, I usually like to start at the beginning or as close to the beginning as we can.
Awesome.
So tell us a little bit about your beginnings. I know you started, I guess, on keys, at 5?
Yes,
is that right?
At 5.
Okay.
Yep.
So what got you into that?
So my dad is a jazz guitarist, so I will always go to his shows or his gigs or his rehearsals. And I think that's kind of what drew me towards music. Yeah. And plus there was always a keyboard in the house. So one day I just started noodling around with it, and the rest is history.
Wow. Well, you certainly have. I was listening to the album and previewing, and your command of the language is just phenomenal. I mean, you have your own style, but it's your lines are so incredibly fluid, and you have you're welcome. And you go different places, which I love. So,
right? Yeah, I love to go out. So
okay, yeah. In particular, I wanted to ask you about, we do a couple of shows here on Grown Folks, a couple of podcasts, and one of the things that we talk about a lot is we are all like super, super Stevie Wonder fans. And so on the record, there is an incredible cover of Do I Do. How did you put that together? That's something else.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan. The way we put that together was, I don't know if you know the band called Funkyard X.
No, I don't. Yeah.
They're an amazing fusion band with like horns and everything. They're so dope. So the leader of that band, Steven Johnson, he actually arranged Do I Do, and we initially did a video recording with it, but we were like, why don't we decide to put this on the album? I got in the talk box, recorded some stuff. My sister's on drums, and
Nice. Yeah. I mean, it was great work. And what I loved, having spent a lot of time listening to that song, the fact that you all were able to bring such fresh ideas, key center changes and so forth. And it was just like, this is new. So tell us a little bit about your process in making the album. I mean, again, this is like super exciting to be, to have a debut, to be with Shanachie and the whole nine. So what was your process, in making the album, putting it together?
So I got signed to Shanachie Records in, I think, December of last year, or either like January.
Okay.
Super excited about that. Yeah. And then, my dad already wrote a couple songs because he's an amazing songwriter as well.
Yeah.
So he wrote some songs that we already had. I started checking ideas in my room.
There you go.
Shanachie got amazing producers like Jeff Lorber and Paul Brown to produce like a couple songs in the album.
Yeah.
My dad was intensely not intensely, I was like really involved in the making of the album. He supported me. He helped me arrange the music. He helped me produce the music. Got some amazing musicians on it. So mainly my parts were all done from my room. And then I would send them to like the artist to play on it. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Now, what do you have? I mean, I know obviously it's a board, but I can't really tell. Is that a motif that you have in front of you? Or what is that?
No, it's actually a Dexy bell.
Yes, from Italy, right?
Yeah, from Italy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm endorsed with them. I've been endorsed with them for like, I think 2 years. They're amazing.
Oh, wonderful.
They feel great. They sound amazing. That's a great feel. It's the best for me.
So yeah, absolutely. So now did you begin, I don't know if I asked or knew, so you began actually on piano, so you have that need for, the weight, or did you grow into, because I know it's a difference,
Yeah,
when you don't have that.
yeah. I started on a keyboard actually.
Okay.
I don't even play like a real piano a lot. It's mainly keyboard, but I love like the weighted feel of it. Yeah, so and it also helps when you practice and stuff. So when you move to like semi-weighted keys, you can like play faster and your fingers are like stronger and stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Now is that the 76 or the 88 that you have there?
88.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So you like that low A.
Yeah, I like the low A. Yeah.
I'm just playing.
And the high C, right?
There you go. Yeah. So I wanted to one thing I have to share this with you when I was preparing and I was listening, and I thought it was, well, you might not think this is hilarious, but I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
Which was when I was a little bit younger than you. So when I was in the sixth grade, doing the band thing. So I'm in whatever stage band, whatever we're doing, and playing baritone saxophone.
Nice.
And so we played Angela. And I was thinking like, oh, I really did something because the Barry sax has this, little line. It was like my little solo.
Oh, I
but
got you.
You, sir, sir, are covering Angela with Bob James himself. So, tell me about that experience. Yeah.
Well, I've been a huge Bob James fan since I was like 2 years old. Even before I started playing. Yeah. Like instead of watching like Barney or Mickey Mouse when I was 2, I would just like ask my dad to put on like a 4-play record.
Oh wow.
Or watch some of the DVDs. So I've always been a huge Bob James fan. Yeah. Fast forward to 2017, I had the opportunity to meet Bob James and play with him at his house, which was amazing. It was probably one of the best days. And then I don't know if you know the flute player Alexander Zonchik.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used to play with, I still play with him. We did the song Angela, and, I fell in love with the song. It's one of my favorite songs.
It's so
beautiful. When we got to, like, picking the songs for the album, actually my dad just suggested to me that I should do, like, a different arrangement of Angela, and I was like, yeah, I'm down. So I think I worked on the arrangement for, like, maybe, like, 6 or 7 hours straight. Wow. And actually, the first draft was like MIDI horns, but then yeah, and then just to get the idea across, and then we got the amazing David Mann, who does horns on Jeff Lorber records and stuff like that, to play horns on it. So it is really, it's beautiful. And again, like I said, with all the arrangements that I've heard of covers that you all have done, and even the originals, it's just like I really like how you just take things to different places. Sometimes you can just kind of get stuck. It's like, all right, that's what it is. But I always try to think outside of the box so I can like kind of sound different. That was like the main reason behind like, when the intro starts. And then I changed up that next part.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Different, so
yeah. That's and that's the other thing that I really appreciated about appreciated and in awe of just your fluidity with with the keys. I mean, you just
thank you.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, we're here, but okay, let's move here and then back here. How often are you how often are you shedding, and what are your sessions like? Clearly it's a daily thing for you, but how long are you at the keys each day?
It kind of depends on like schoolwork and whether I need to do like studio work for albums or for different people. But I try to do like 3 hours a day, but like if I'm not doing anything that day, I could go for like 6-7 hours the whole day. So
wow.
Yeah, I love practicing.
Oh man, it shows. It shows. You also, the set opens up with you have a lot of my favorite players on there, so I'm jealous. No, but the set opens up with Najee.
Yeah.
And I mean, oh man, that
Yeah, he's amazing. He killed it on flute, and I was like,
he is definitely a player, and you have along with yourself, and
thank you.
Yeah, and you have another favorite of mine, favorite musician of mine, and you all have a connection to South Africa, which is Jonathan Butler.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about home and your beginnings in Joburg, as it were, and now you're here. Yeah. You tell us
Yeah, so I'm originally from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Yeah.
Moved here when I was 8. But the crazy thing is with Jonathan Butler, when I was 5, I think around 6 months after I started playing, my dad, my sister, and myself opened up for Jonathan Butler at one of his concerts.
Oh wow!
So to be able to like have him on the record, like I don't know, 8 years later, is honestly amazing.
Yeah, that's something else. And just you know, it's you know, it's one thing about your playing and again and John, everybody on the project, it's the playing, you know, it's the technical part, but then also it's the spirit. So it's you know, it's not like you're just dialing it in. I really feel like when I'm listening to you, there's a connection to the music and you know, and just like I said, a spirit that is inside of you. What is it that draws you to, you know, certain songs or certain sounds that you like?
I'm not really sure, but my dad always tells me to, you know, have fun. If you're not having fun, then you might as well not do it at all. I think some people see that in my playing. I don't know, but he also says always play from the heart. So yeah, true.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting that Dad mentioned that your dad mentioned that because literally the whole time that I was listening to the album, I was smiling the entire time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just because it just hit me like that. I'm like, man, because I heard the fun. You know, I heard the fun that you're having, and I heard that it's like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, we play music, but sometimes it gets like, oh, I'm not having fun. I'm just kind of dialing it, but you're having fun. So,
yeah, I'm always having fun.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, another thing, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean, we have you here.
Okay, yeah.
We have the cool Dexy Bell there. Is there anything, and I mean, it doesn't have to be, you know, it's up to you, but anything you might want to play for us? Just, you know.
Sure. I can do some talkbox stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, so.
Can't help it? No, let me say. Okay. Okay.
Don't try to fight it, there ain't nothing that you can do. Relax your mind, bring back and through. I gotta feel that heat. I wanna rock with you all night and get you into bed. I wanna rock with you all night, gonna light the night away.
Ooh. Oh man, what a treat. See, I wasn't even expecting that today. I just said, well, maybe I'll ask. But that was beautiful. And I know Rod Temperton looking down and Quincy and MJ looking down. They just be, man, listen.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That is now what do you have on the top there? Is that a DX100 or is that
no, this is actually I don't think I can move it, but it's a
That's right.
Novasian Mini Nova.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I just programmed my own talkbox sound in there and, you know, played it. But yeah.
Yeah.
But I know Mr. Talkbox uses a DX100. So
yeah, that's the old school. Like I had one and I sold it, but which was silly. But yeah, I think Roger back in the day, I think he used a DX100. So that's probably where Mr. Talkbox got that from. But yeah, great sound you get out of there. And that's excellent. So this is the part of the interview where we give you the opportunity to shout it out. So, all places, Justin-Lee Schultz, where folks can find you and the best places for them to keep up with you. Let us know. Where would those be?
Okay, cool. So you guys can check me out on Instagram at official_Justin-Lee Schultz. We also have a Facebook page called the JLS Experience, JLS Experience. And then my YouTube channel is just my name, Justin-Lee Schultz.
Wow. Oh, Justin-Lee Schultz. So you got to say the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because this is literally, I'm sure you know this and people have told you this, but wow, this is just the beginning. And it is so excited. I mean, like I said earlier, just seeing you, like I said, years ago, and you and the family just shedding and playing. And I'm like, man, this kid is going to be something else. And all of you all are fantastic. I mean, a whole family full of just fantastic musicians. So we are really, just honored to have you bring this music to us. And so we're looking forward to keeping up with you. November 13th, is that right? Is that
November 13th?
Yeah.
Yep, the release date.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we got to let the people know about that because they need to have this in their lives. And so the single is out just in, right? With Gerald Albright.
Justin. Yeah. It was written by James Lloyd of Pieces of a Dream. Pieces of a Dream was actually played on there, and Gerald Albright's on there. So yeah.
Yeah. Again, more heroes of mine. So this has just been fantastic. I thank you so much for taking time out of your day. Also, before we go, just want to check on you. How are you making it through this time? I teach school, so I teach school from right here. So
nice.
We're all on Zoom or something. So how are things for you? Going okay?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Every time we go out, we'll sanitize a lot, wear masks, maybe wear gloves if necessary. But
okay,
staying safe, staying inside.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, good. Well, Justin-Lee Schultz, from everyone here at Grown Folks Music, we really appreciate your time today. And we're going to get this, and get this interview out to people so they can see, so they can hear, and so that they can be ready to support that movement on November 13th.
Awesome. I appreciate you having me. It was really fun.
Yeah, this was fun. Man, now I got to go practice.
GrownFolksMusic.com